with your hosts with the most, Jen and Bill. As always, welcome back. So we are doing a review today. This is a movie that was actually recommended to me by my sister from another Mr. Jen and Christian over at Jen's Reviews from the Grave. The movie is All the Creatures Were Stirring, which is actually a Shudder exclusive movie. So obviously you can go stream it on Shudder. Great service. I know a lot of guys have already been checking it out. But this is a little anthology movie. It's actually been kind of like on my radar for a little bit, but I kind of kept passing it up until a couple of days ago. I watched Jen's review on it, Jen and Christian's review on this, and they literally kept saying it throughout the video, Jen, you gotta check this one out. And I am so glad that they told me to go actually check this out, and I'm kicking myself for taking so long on actually watching this movie. Basically, too, I'm probably going to say a lot of similar things about this movie that Jen and Christian were saying about this, because I'm pretty much in agreement on everything that they said about this movie. Like I said, it's an anthology movie. You got a couple different, ranges of different stories. It's only an hour and a half, so it's a nice, quick little one. Well, not even, a quick one, but it feels quick. It goes along pretty quickly. It got me hooked. It had me hooked, from the beginning. A couple different stories. You got one where, basically you have a revengeful Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer who sees one of his colleague reindeers get killed. You get another one where a guy gets pretty much unknowingly and against his will, unwillingly, the keeper of this demon that's in this van that he can no longer be free of, or I should say cannot go any more than 20 feet from this, to an office party massacre. I think that is an actual quote from Christian. It has a few different stories that are very different from each other, I feel. It has a little wraparound segment and everything, like most anthologies do. I do kind of like the little wraparound and everything. It's very simple and everything, but it has its own little story to it and everything. Wraparound is pretty much this, I don't even want to say couple, but just this pretty much acquaintances. God, why can I never talk when I am doing a video? So, these two people who kind of know each other don't really have anything to do on Christmas Eve or Christmas or whatever, so the guy invites the girl who he obviously seems to be taking a liking to, kind of takes her out on this date to this improv show, which is pretty much our anthology stories come from. Something that I do kind of like about this wraparound, though, because like I said, the stories that they're seeing are pretty much this little gang of 3 or 4 people who do this sort of I'm assuming sort of an improv type sort of cavalry and everything, this gang here. And I don't even know why I'm calling them a gang. It's not a legit gang. I'm just saying. Something that I do kind of like about that, though, is, because obviously from their viewpoint, they really don't have much of scenery or anything. It's just very kind of nothing, basically. And the audience, the 6 people that are in the audience, literally have to use their imagination. So I kind of like that aspect of sometimes with some of these movies, the more simple ones where you actually have to use your imagination, it's okay to use your imagination. That's kind of what I took away. Something that I took away from that wraparound, which I kind of liked. But no, this is actually I thought it was a very well done anthology. I know Jen and Christian had mentioned that this was a lower budget anthology movie, and you can kind of feel it. It is a little bit lower budget. I wouldn't say so low budget as, say, the Dark Tapes or some of these run-of-the-mill homemade sort of anthology movies that I come across on Screambox and Shudder and whatnot. It's low budget, but I think they had an extra $5 to play around with on this movie on all the creatures were stirring through the night, whatever that's called. They literally had like $5 extra, and that $5 extra, well worth it, because you can definitely tell the difference between this low budget anthology movie and some of the others. I definitely think that everyone should check this out. Now, with that being said, I know not all of you are going to love this movie or like this movie, but if you don't like it, I think it'll definitely make you appreciate some of the other anthology movies that you may not have liked too much before this. I think you may appreciate those a little bit more. So it's kind of like, I know that sounds a little weird to say, but I think it's just one of those movies where if you liked it, you are going to really like it. If you don't like it, you will have an appreciation for a few other anthology movies that you may have not liked before this. But like I said, it is definitely worth checking out. So definitely check it out at your own will, at your own risk and everything. I definitely think, like I said, I think it's worth it. It's a fun one and everything. Got its little quirks and everything. And something that I totally have to agree with on, once again, with Jen and Christian, because I know they were saying a few times through their review that this one definitely had a mixed vibe of Tales from the Crypt and The Twilight Zone. And it definitely does. It's not something where it's like directly ripped from those series or anything, but it has a definite vibe and it works very effectively in this. So that right there, I mean, I know there's fans of both franchises. I love both franchises myself. So to see those kind of like influences in this anthology and done correctly and done very well, totally worth it. Definitely check this one out, you guys. And I'm with Jen on this one. I mean, this is definitely going to be one of those go-to Christmas movies for me, so definitely check it out. It has a little bit of something for everyone, I think. It's fun. I enjoyed it. Go check it out. Let me know what you guys thought of it if you've already seen it. Make sure to go check out Jen's review of this movie over at Jen's Reviews from the Grave. Till next time, you guys, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.